Generative AI, it's so much more than just the latest tech buzzword. It's quickly becoming a core tool that's completely changing the game for managers. But here's the thing. While it offers these incredible promises of efficiency, it's also hiding some pretty serious dangers. It's a real double-edged sword. So in this explainer, we're going to break that down, using insights from a fantastic tutorial by the folks at Virtualization Options LLC. I mean, just look at this number. We're in the middle of an absolute AI gold rush. The World Economic Forum says 75%, three-quarters of all companies are planning to adopt AI in the next few years. This isn't some far-off future trend. It is happening right now, which is why getting a handle on the full picture is so incredibly important for anyone in a leadership role. And that right there is the multi-million-dollar question, isn't it? With everyone racing to get on board, are they actually prepared for the kinds of risks they're opening themselves up to? That's the real tension here, and that's what we're going to dig into. So first things first, let's talk about the why. Why is everyone so eager to jump in? Well, it's all about the promise of what we're calling the AI efficiency revolution. It's a complete transformation of how managers work, think, and lead. So what exactly is generative AI? At its heart, these systems, which are powered by what we call large language models, or LLMs, they don't just analyze data. They actually create brand new stuff. Think reports, emails, summaries, even computer code. For a manager, it's kind of like having a super smart assistant on call 24/7. And we're not just talking about fuzzy benefits here. These gains are real and they are measurable. Imagine cutting the time you spend sifting through resumes by 75%, or slashing your meeting prep time in half. We're seeing managers get back over 3 hours every single week just on reporting. This is a total game changer for reclaiming your most valuable asset, your time. And this isn't just theoretical. Look at some of these real-world tools that are out there right now. You've got Supermanage AI, which can analyze all your team's Slack messages and pull out key insights, making your meetings 30% more effective. Or Dart AI, which is helping teams cut down on project delays by a whopping 40%. And with Monday.com's AI, managers are saving over 7 hours a week. The results are undeniable. Okay, so the upside is obviously massive. But remember, this is a double-edged sword. So let's flip it over and look at the other side. The hidden security risks that come packaged with all this convenience. Honestly, this is the part that a lot of companies are totally glossing over in their race to the finish line. Really, the risks fall into three big buckets. First, you've got data privacy breaches. Think sensitive customer or employee information getting out into the wild. Then there's intellectual property leakage. Your company's secret sauce suddenly isn't a secret anymore. And finally, you have huge regulatory headaches. Violating rules like HIPAA for healthcare or GDPR for customer data can lead to absolutely massive fines. This quote from Dr. Alina Kowalski really hits the nail on the head. Her point is so important. Every single time an employee types something into one of these public AI tools and hits send, that's a moment of potential data exposure. You just don't know where that data is going or how it might be used. And what makes this all even trickier to manage is this phenomenon called shadow AI. This isn't usually about bad actors. It's your best employees just trying to be more productive, using their personal ChatGPT account for a work project. But by doing that, they're completely sidestepping all of the company's security protocols, creating these enormous blind spots for your IT and security teams. And if you think this is a small problem, check this out. The research firm Gartner is warning that by 2027, 40%, nearly half, of all AI-related security breaches will come from this exact kind of improper, unsecured use of these tools. The problem is already big and it's growing incredibly fast. Let's make this feel a little more real. Picture this. You've got a top-notch senior developer. He's brilliant, but he's stuck on a really nasty bug. So he does what seems like a smart thing. He copies and pastes a big chunk of the company's most important proprietary code into a public AI tool to ask for help debugging it. Seems harmless, right? Well, here's what happened next. That one single, seemingly innocent action led to over $3.7 million in legal fees. When the news got out, the company's valuation plunged by 15%. And worst of all, their crown jewels, their core intellectual property, was gone. Just like that. A catastrophic outcome from one small mistake. Okay, that's the scary part, I know. But it doesn't have to end that way. The good news is these risks are totally manageable if you're smart about it. So, for this last part, let's talk about the actual strategies you can use to get all the benefits of AI while keeping your organization safe. It really all begins with a solid foundation, a clear, easy to understand policy for using AI. This means you spell out which tools are okay to use, you classify your data so everyone knows what's sensitive, and you actually train people on how to use these tools safely. This isn't about saying no to everything. It's about creating safe guardrails for innovation. Now, on top of that great policy, you layer in some key technical safeguards. For your most sensitive stuff, maybe you use a private in-house AI model. You can also set up what are called data loss prevention tools. Think of them as a digital security guard that automatically stops sensitive info from leaving the building. And of course, making sure people only have access to the data they absolutely need to do their jobs. And so much of this comes down to simple daily habits. Just look at the difference here. The insecure prompt is literally handing over real sales data. The secure one, though, it asks the AI to analyze a pattern using fake hypothetical data. You get the exact same powerful analysis, but without giving away a single real number. It's a simple change that makes a world of difference. And that's precisely what Dr. Rodriguez is getting at here. Security isn't just a job for the IT department anymore. It really starts with every single user and the simple act of writing a smarter, safer prompt. Training your team to think this way is probably one of the most powerful defenses you can possibly have. So where does all this leave us? Well, it points to a new way of thinking about what it means to lead in this new age of AI. It's not about choosing between moving fast and being safe. The real winners will be the ones who can master the art of balancing both to create a real, lasting strategic advantage. So, let's just quickly recap the big ideas. Number one, the potential of generative AI for leaders is, without a doubt, transformative. Number two, diving in headfirst without thinking about the consequences carries massive security risks. And number three, long-term success is all about creating a smart governance strategy that balances that incredible potential with constant, careful vigilance. And I want to leave you with this last thought. The goal here isn't just to use AI, it's to weave it into the very fabric of your business strategy. And just like any other critical part of your organization, it has to be built on an unshakable foundation of security. That is how you lead with confidence into the future.